and welcome back to another video on the JJ Think Tank. This will be the last video I create today, so it's the weekend, I've got a bit more time on my hands, and I want to dedicate this video to Zorba the Greek, a brilliant book by Nikos Kazantzakis. And I guess I want to dedicate this video to the book because Greece is the source of a lot of beauty in the world. Philosophy, the discipline of philosophy, was created by the Greeks. The Greeks began this process of philosophy, and the Greeks are a source of greatness. The Greeks had an impact on so many civilizations, yes, and obviously when we listen to many thinkers out there, they always argue, yes, that that Western civilization is based on Greek philosophy, is based on Roman law, and is based on Christianity. So these are the three main strains, yes, the three main systems of thought, we can say, that have shaped the West, yes. And obviously there are many great Greek heroes. We can think of Achilles, we can think of Homer, in the Odyssey, yes. The Odyssey. Well, it's written by Homer, but obviously here I made a mistake. Yes, I said that Homer appears in the book, but he actually doesn't. Yes, he wrote the book, obviously. So I've actually. You might be surprised, but I've never read the Odyssey. I still haven't read it. Perhaps I need to read it. I should read it. It's something that I need to add to my reading list. Of course, I'm sure there are many other great Greek heroes that really inspire us. Yes, so definitely Achilles was one of them. So I remember watching Troy as a young child a few times with my father. Brad Pitt plays the main role there in that film. He plays Achilles. So I remember a scene from the film when Achilles runs up and he has this sword, and he's fighting this massive beast, this Goliath, and he jumps and he puts the sword into his neck, we could say. He shoves it in and he removes it, and then he drops down. I remember that was a nice scene from the film. And yes, but in this video I want to talk about Zorba the Greek, because he's a hero, he's a character that we can relate to more, yes, because Achilles and all these other Greek heroes, they work on our imagination, they work on our fantasy, yes, but Zorba the Greek, he is a character that perhaps we can relate to more. He's more relatable, yes. And I like to analyze Zorba the Greek, perform a character analysis, because his actions, his humanity, and the book itself, or what we can find in the book, can really help us, yes, to become perhaps more human. Because a lot of us, I think, are struggling out there. We're not really human anymore. It's just my impression, yes. Analyzing our culture, picking up on the behavior of other people that I meet. In general, just analyzing society. I pick up on a lot of these negative processes, I think, that are taking place. And Zorba the Greek was the opposite of being, kind of a cyborg, we could say, yes, or a robot. who doesn't really live his life. Zorba the Greek really lived his life. Yes, he really went at it. He went for it. He was a character full of passion. Yes, full of love, full of sin as well. He was a sinner, but he can inspire us. Yes, and obviously I think there is a film based on Zorba the Greek. Zorba the Greek film. Zorba the Greek film. So so Zorba the Greek is played. The main character is played by and what's this actor's name again? Anthony Quinn. Yes, Anthony Quinn plays the role of Zorba, and I don't want to base my video here on the film. I think I've seen the film once, but I don't really remember it very well. But I want to talk about the book. Yes, so obviously, what is the main idea from the book? Well, what can we learn from the book? It's that action, the idea that action must eventually trump bookish knowledge, and I am definitely guilty of this. Yes, I'm definitely a bit too bookish. I mean, I love to read books. Yes, I've read a lot of books over the past 10 years or so, and obviously, I try to read books that are well reviewed, or not even that, but books that perk my interests. They don't even have to be famous books. If I find suddenly a book and I think, oh, okay, this interests me, then I'll pick it up and I'll read it. Yes, but obviously I want to read books that are verified. We could say that are known to be great works of art. Yes, or not even art, or popular science, etc. But here we're talking about fiction. Yes, so the main idea I got from this book is that we need to start acting. Yes, we need to start acting in the real world. We need to engage more with reality rather than withdrawing and living this life where we are just absorbed by books. Yes, all the time. Obviously, personally, I still intend to read a lot of books. I won't leave this life. I think it's a part of me. It's a part of my personality. I love to read books. But I see the point. I see the point that Nikos Kazantzakis is making in this novel. Yes, Zorba is he trumps the other character. I believe is an English writer. Yes, English writer. Yes. But let's just confirm this. Yes. Yes. So obviously, Zorba the Greek, he has this Dionysian love of life, which is beautiful to watch. Zorba is this Dionysian figure with a large, unbounded heart, who though battered, bruised emotionally, physically, he still carries on. He never gives up. He lives his life to the end. He goes to the end. He doesn't commit suicide. It's very, very inspiring. Yes, and the other character is an English writer. Yes, who's perhaps too withdrawn. He's enclosed in this, we could say, schizoid world of knowledge, of bookish knowledge, and he doesn't live his life to the full. Yes. So the young English writer, or the narrator, yes. I don't know. Perhaps he's not. Is he specified as being English? I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't remember now, to be honest. But I guess it's besides the point. Yes, this young narrator, this young intellectual. He's too calculating and logical. Yes, he's trapped in this world of Apollo, and here again we can think of Dugin, yes, and his theory of the three logoi, the three logoses. So we've got Apollo, the Apollonian logos, which is very intellectual, it's calculating, it's logical. We've got the Dionysian logos that just goes for it. he's a bit not mad, but he's got full of passion. Yes, he's got a large unbounded heart. He's Dionysius. Yes, Jesus was very much kind of like Dionysius. Yes, Jesus represents the Dionysian logos, because Jesus operated through the heart, and it's beautiful. Jesus, yeah, and these two symbolic figures, they fight within us, I think, for dominance. Yes, so we can either be logical, calculative. We can trap ourselves, yes, in this intellectual world, the world of Apollo, or we can go for it. We can follow our heart, and follow the footsteps of Jesus, of Zorba the Greek, for example, even as well. Yes, and I don't know if I wrote this. I think I partially paraphrased Nikos Kazantzakis. Yes, but Zorba teaches us to perform the final cut. To abandon all half measures. I think a lot of people they have this problem. Myself as well, obviously. We're afraid to make that final move, perhaps that final cut. Yes, we just balance. It's always a balancing act. Yes, but Zorba teaches us to abandon these kind of balancing acts. He tells us to abandon all half measures and to accept the harsh realities of the human condition, because this paradoxically actually improves our life. Yes. If we finally accept reality as it is, it improves our life, actually. So yes, this is the I guess the main motif of the book, and I really recommend reading it. It's not even that long. 300 pages, but this is a small book, so the pages are small. Yes, so. Doesn't take really that long to read, I think, and it's definitely up there. Yes, one of the best pieces of literature that I've read. So another lesson that I gained from the book, which is more philosophical, unexpected perhaps, was the book's reflection on Buddhism and what it represents. I don't actually remember it exactly talking about Buddhism, but it must have talked about Buddhism. I don't remember this at the moment, because obviously I wrote this over 2 years ago now. Yes, so and it critiques Buddhism, and I'm coming to this view because Buddhism, you just withdraw from life. I think Buddhism as well, it fits nicely with narcissism. So I noticed that a lot of rich people, they adopt Buddhism as a spirituality because it allows them to keep on living their comfortable life, but to appear kind of spiritual, yes? And this is a false spirituality because Jesus teaches us to confront reality, not to withdraw from it, not to adopt the way of the Buddha who just withdrew, and took the easier path. Personally, this is my interpretation. I know other people are Buddhists and will criticize me, but of course Buddhism, it can teach us a lot as well. I don't deny this. I had this phase in my life when I was interested in Buddhism, and the practice of meditation, etc. It really does improve your life. And here I can't criticize Buddhism. I do notice though how Buddhism can improve people's lives, but then the problem with Buddhism is that if you really try adopt it, if you adopt it fully, if you really adopt the Buddhist worldview, personally, I think it leads to negative outcomes. I think it doesn't lead to the truth, because you just withdraw and you're trapped in this void. Yes, life is equated with the void, and you just. You end up with these ideas, it's all an illusion, yes, and it's lukewarm, I think. It's quite lukewarm, yes? It eventually leads to a lukewarm spirituality, basically. And this was my thought, actually. This is my original thought. I didn't plagiarize anyone here. And, Buddhism is equated with this void, but in my mind, what comes to mind is like an empty room, yes? With a static noise emanating constantly. There's nothing, there's no change, yes? There's no sharp oscillations or unexpected events. It's a constant stasis. This constant lukewarm stasis. And is this life? I don't think this is life, yes? This is not life. Life is full of ups and downs, yes? This is real life. And it's a brilliant book. Really, it's a must read, definitely. Zorba the Greek, must read book to really understand, I guess, perhaps the Western mentality even. Western mentality, Western culture, Western civilization. Because I understand the critique of Western civilization, but I also see the beauty of Western civilization. I guess it's this, yeah. Well, the West we could also equate with Faust, yes, with the Faustian spirit that tries. Even though the West knows that its end is tragic, at least it goes for it. At least the West goes for it. This can be one interpretation, yes. So, and. It's a brilliant book, but to end, I'd like to read this passage for you. It's a passage that I think I made the most impact to me. It's hopefully I don't get too emotional, but I apologize if I do. But this is what the book says. So perhaps I shall come away with you. I'm free. Zorba shook his head. No, you're not free, he said. The string you're tied to is perhaps longer than other people's. That's all. You're on a long piece of string, boss. You come and go and think you're free, but you never cut the string in two. And when people don't cut that string, I'll cut it someday, I said defiantly, because Zorba's words had touched an open wound in me and hurt. It's difficult, boss. Very difficult. You need a touch of folly to do that. Folly, do you see? You have to risk everything. But you've got such a strong head. It'll always get the better of you. A man's head is like a grocer. Keeps accounts. I've paid so much and earned so much. That means a profit of this much or a loss of that much. The head's a careful little shopkeeper. It never risks all it has. Always keeps something in reserve. It never breaks the string. Ah no, it hangs on tight to it, the bastard. If the string slips out of its grasp, the head, poor devil, is lost, finished. But if a man doesn't break the string, tell me, what flavour is left in life? The flavour of chamomile, weak chamomile tea. Nothing like rum. That makes you see life inside out. I think that's a beautiful passage. It's a really beautiful passage. This kind of, if we maintain this shopkeeper mentality, I think eventually I don't think it's good for us personally. Yes. And it's a brilliant book. I recommend everyone to read it. And I guess here, I ended my article with this. So if you want to play, just roll the dice. If you want to play, here, Devlin's song comes to mind. So if you want to play, just roll the dice. Frozen, I'm as cold as ice. I'll curse your life just like the cast that filmed The Poltergeist. Devlin is Devlin is a British English rapper. Very talented, Devlin. Very talented English rapper. He's mad. I mean, his early stuff is great, and now obviously I think because he's older, he's not as effective. But here he is as a young man, and his early stuff is great. Is really he had a lot of talent. Yes, Blood, Sweat and Beers, A Moving Picture. So he's of Irish descent, and yeah. His other stuff is not mentioned here. Where this his other albums. Yeah, so there's a couple other albums that he made. Oh, here, yeah, The Art of Rolling. The Art of Rolling. It's a great album. It is a more amateur album, but it's a great one. He's very authentic. Devlin's very authentic. That's why I respect him. That's why I respect him, and I love some of his music, because Devlin is a really authentic artist. And yes, so yes, message for all of us: if you want to play, just roll the dice. And obviously, it's not easy. It's not easy to live the life of Zorba. For the shopkeeper mentality can come to the fore. Yes, and we're all guilty of this, right? Always thinking about money, just to have enough, money for ourselves, etc. We don't take too much risk. We take some measured risk, but not enough risk, perhaps. And yes, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found something of note, of value, and I hope it helps you in some way. If you like the video, consider liking and subscribing. It will help me grow the channel and spread more vital information. I think will help a lot of people out there. Yes, if you like the video even more, consider donating at Buy Me a Coffee. I'll provide a link in the description. But yes, if you're still listening, if you made it this far, thank you for spending your time here, your precious time on the JJ Think Tank. And I wish you all the best. Take care.